We're going to review tints and shades using pop art people inspired by Keith Haring. You're going to use white and black paint plus one other color. But before we do that, we need to draw some crazy pop art people. You can find lots of examples of Keith Haring's drawings at haringkids.com. There's lots of examples of his work, plus lots of information about him, and some really great inspiring ideas. So Keith Haring's people, I like to think of them as sort of crazy, skinny gingerbread people. They're not very difficult to draw, and I can show you some tricks and things on how to make them a little later. So we're going to start with our paint. We started with a blue paint, and we're going to mix in some black. When you mix black into a color, it's called a shade. Now, a little bit of black goes a long way. So when we add just a little bit of black, you can see that the blue is much darker. It doesn't take long before that blue is almost black. This is a really dark navy. So remember, when you add black to a color, that's called a shade. Now, we're also going to do some tints. Tints are a little bit different. So tints is when you add white to a color. You can probably get a lot more variety in the tints than you can the shades. So you just keep adding white to the blue, and you can get all kinds of lovely tints of blue. And that's what you want to do, because you're going to paint each of your caring people with different colors. I usually use magazine pages as a palette, so you can experiment with lots of different tints before you actually have to decide which one you're going to use, or which ones you're going to use for your painting. All right, so remember, when you add white to a color, you're creating tints. All right, here's the plan. We're going to take our pop art people and we're going to color them in different shades and tints of whichever color you've picked. You're going to have a variety of colors. I'm not giving you yellow because, quite honestly, it doesn't look so good when we do this. So you're going to paint them all, each one being a different tint or shade of blue. Trust me, this is going to look cool. Once they're dry, we're going to outline each of the pop art people with a thick black marker. And then we're going to start outlining all of the different shapes that are inside, created by the negative space or the empty space around the pop art people. And then you start filling it in with all different kinds of doodles, different kinds of lines, short lines, fat lines, skinny lines, wavy lines, zigzag lines, as many different types of lines as you can think of. It's kind of like a Zen doodle. And you can use all kinds of things. I've used leaves, I've hidden my name in here somewhere. Now it's your turn to create. I can't wait to see what you do.